the route we're following today goes out of Ballater along the old railway line. And it's taken us a little way to find the sign, but we did find it. It was difficult, I think, when you're following a marked route. Just finding where the beginning is never seems to be very easy. Anyway, we managed. It's cold and breezy in Scotland. We're in Cairngorms at the moment. As we were driving over, it was quite nice and light, but to get out into the weather, it's cold wind. It's not, I think it's just above freezing. There's been a little bit of snow, but not too bad. But I don't know, it's a lovely British extra damp wind that seems to blow right the way through your skin and chills the bones. Anyway, we're looking forward to not a high level walk, but up onto the moors, so we'll see what it's like when we get there. Off we go. Well, we've started walking uphill now. It's still on a forestry path, so pretty easy going, sheltered from the wind, but you can hear it. It's reasonably wild. It doesn't feel it yet. Getting a bit warm. It's always like that walking uphill, isn't it? But warm up nicely. Just stopping to admire the view. We've seen quite a lot of tree damage from the storms last week. Lots of trees blown over or even snapped. It's amazing how changeable the weather is. At this time last week there were 80, 90, 100 mile an hour winds overnight, and Saturday morning it was calming down. And today, just a little bit of drizzle. The wind has died that we had a little bit earlier on, but as I said, we're seeing the storm damage. So we're getting up to, I think we're going to come out of the trees soon. Now, this route that we're following is published on the Walk Highland website. So if you go to that, you can find written instructions, easy to follow with a map. I always find that the hardest thing is finding the starting place. But once you get that, it's generally okay. Really good. Followed quite a lot of those, and the walk we did, the route we took up Ben Nevis last summer, that was from Walk Highlands as well. It's a really good website, worth checking out. Out onto the Moorland now, and the wind's blowing quite nicely. It's definitely an icy wind. You can see that not much snow around now, probably just because it's been a bit less sheltered. We took a couple of wrong turnings, but we've back on track now, definitely in the right direction. So I've got Loch Nagar behind me. It's a bit murky over there, but it's absolutely lovely. It's just nice being out, isn't it? I talked about the walking trousers I was wearing when I climbed Ben Nevis last summer, and they were the ones from Maier Sports, and the people from Maier Sports saw that and they said, well, if you like those, you need to try our winter stuff. So today I've got my well, they sent me a pair of walking trousers, winter walking trousers, and a new jacket to try out. And I'm not being paid for this, it's just a case of what do we think. And the first impressions are really good. What's really nice is how well they fit. Often I find, because I'm quite slim, that things are a bit big and baggy on me, and I really don't like it. So it's great. That's really great to have them fitting so well. Louise, who you can see coming up, she's got one of the jackets to try out as well. As we go further on, I'll tell you a little bit more about them and how we're getting on. Fairly typical moorland walk now. We've got a little bit of rain coming in sideways, cold wind, definitely feels a bit cool now, and you know, the wind just whips all the body temperature away from you. Good to have something on over my face. Black grass, look. We're at about the highest point of the whole walk now. It's not very high, only about 500 meters, but you know, even though it's not very high, it's still cold. So you know, you've got to be prepared. We're all carrying water. We've got water bladders, and we've got food with us, energy bars. We've got whistles, torches, you know, it's daylight but you never know. We've got survival blankets. You just never know what might happen. So it's a fairly gentle walk, a bit rocky, but you know, you just got to be properly equipped if you're going to get out in the wilds, because there's not many people around. We've seen absolutely no one on this entire walk. I think that's another thing, is there are lots of walks in Scotland where there aren't hordes of people. You know, we're nowhere near any of the Munros here, so people aren't out trying to bag them or anything like that, which makes it you know, one of the joys of walking sometimes is being away from lots of people. And if you go for the prominent peaks, you're going to see lots. We've seen no one. The view's magnificent, even on a cold and cloudy day like today. I said I would give some initial thoughts on these Maier Sports trousers. I'll start with. Well, just like the other ones I've got, they've got the four-way stretch. I think I called it a three-way stretch last time, which means that when you're having to take a bigger step or whatever, it'll stretches to accommodate, which is really great. It means you don't feel too restricted. They fit exceedingly well, really nice, and they don't flap about too much. But one of the things today has been such a cold and icy wind that can really be quite unpleasant when you're walking because it just whips all of your body temperature away. These ones are 2 layers, they've got a nicely lined. And when I put them on, I thought, oh, I might get a bit warm. But as it's turned out, the windproof outer layer, while not, well, I would say it's weatherproof rather than waterproof. If it was raining heavily, I'd want some waterproofs on as well, but waterproof leggings. But just a little bit of rain we've had doesn't seem to have affected me at all. I won't say I've been toasty warm, but you don't really want to be like that when you're out walking. If you get too hot, it's uncomfortable. So I'm really impressed with them. Obviously, we've got a bit more of winter to go, so hopefully I'll get out and give them a bit more of a testing, but so far, really impressed. So that's it for the trousers. The path's blocked. There's a tree come over. We'll have to go around it, I think.
Sure. Always said that Irish people, like Central British people, will only ever talk about 2 things: how's the weather, and also who dies. Like, those are the 2 main topics here in the Isles.
Testing out my Maier Sports jacket for the first time. Couple of things I really love about this jacket so far are, one, there's no Velcro, where especially around the pockets there's nothing more annoying, and also all the pockets you get with it. So this one on the sleeve is fantastic because I don't know about you, but I like to keep a pack of tissues with me all the time when I'm walking, so that's brilliant for that. This little one where it's suitable for a phone, and also you've got this inside pocket here, which is again really good, and these 2 pockets here, so well served for pockets, which is brilliant. The other thing I really like in my initial wear is the storm cuffs. So another layer in there, which just makes the jacket feel just so cozy, especially when the weather's a bit colder, which it is today. It's not, you know, it's not extreme temperatures, but they're the couple of bits that I really love about it at the moment. So looking forward to wearing it again and having another chat about it. So all brilliant so far.
Moorland now, nearing the end of the walk.
We survived!
We survived, yes.
After a few wrong turns.
Yeah, we enjoyed. We had a nice stop for some lunch. That was good. A bit cold. We did find some shelter. Always a good idea.
Under a pine tree.
Yeah, it was nice. And so now we're just walking back to Ballater, to where the car is parked. It's been a lovely day. You know, not what you might think would be the most memorable weather or the most memorable route, but it's been really pleasant.
Until now.
I'm not quite sure what Fred meant there.
All the
so
train.
So it's been a good day out. Thank you for joining us. Hope you enjoyed it as much as we did.
See you soon!
Bye.